Hello everybody, hi, how are you all today? And welcome to some more tarot training with me. I'm Marie, as your instructor, helping you through the navigation of learning some of the tarot card meanings. Right, the Pentacles. So the suit of Pentacles. Now this represents the resources that we need to build our lives and our ambitions. This is about the physical and the material realm. So the difference here is, instead of what we're thinking or what we're feeling or what we're doing, this is what we have produced. This is something that is tangible. So it's governed by the element of earth, and that includes Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. Okay, so with no further ado, we will jump right into our first PDF, which will be the Ace of Pentacles. So the Ace of Pentacles, if you look at the card on the left there, we are seeing, as in all of the aces in the Rider-Waite based decks, that we have a hand coming from a cloud with a disc or a coin or a pentacle, and it's the first one. So the Ace of Pentacles is being shown in what could be the hand of God or a gift. And if we look, we can see there's a garden and there is a path and there are flowers and there is this gorgeous sort of hedge that's in an arch, which is a bit like a horseshoe for luck, and an arch as in to walk through the garden, the abundance that's growing there. And in the background, we can see the mountains, which are some of the challenges symbolically that we may need to face as we start our journey. We've got the cloud there, we've got the hand, we've got the rays, we've got the pentacle, we've got the flowers, we've got the path, we've got the ground. All of this is also representing that we are grounded, so the symbology of that. The colours also, depending on the deck that you are using, and I will have some decks for you today to have a look at, as I always do, just to try and show you the Ace of Pentacles or the Two of Pentacles, because we're going to be doing both, and how it looks in different decks. Excuse my voice, I apologise. It's dry, it's aircon, and it's tiring in this kind of heat. So, the Ace of Pentacles is about opportunities in practical or business matters. It's also a promise of prosperity and contentment. So you're reaping the rewards for what you've done. If you think of it in the aspect of when you are looking at the suits, all of the suits can be a little bit kind of overwhelming when you're first beginning, or you're trying to figure it out and you're thinking, well, is this a thought or an action, or what is it? Or, you know, this is what's coming up. A good way that I teach you on my courses, tarot courses .online, if you want to go and have a peek at the courses that I run on there that actually have a little bit more depth in what we're doing, and they actually help you broaden your horizons. Now, I've taught tarot for years, I've led a team of psychics and tarot readers, intuitives, for the last 20 years full time. Before that, I worked on my own, and I did the shows in London and the whole of the UK, mind, body, spirit, intuition, you name it. But it's one of those things where when you want to do a course, it's not that convenient, is it, to travel all these days, and we've had the pandemic and time. Time is precious. So I set it all up for you all. If you wish to actually learn how to become a proficient tarot reader, this would take to professional level, and I have taught people from scratch, completely from scratch, and they've gone on to work as a professional tarot reader for some of the psychic lines, or on their own, or they've set up, you know, on Instagram, Facebook, to name but just a few. Okay, so if you want to have a look at that, I do go into a lot of detail. But if you think of your suits in the regard of, there are thoughts, there are feelings, there are actions, and there are products. And a way of actually looking at that is, I think I want a cup of tea. Well, that's not going to get it for you. I really want a cup of tea. well, you've got to want it enough to actually go and make it. So you've got to put the kettle on, you've got to get the tea bag and the milk, if that's what you're having, and sugar, cup, saucer, whatever you want, okay? But you've got to do something. So when we're manifesting something, and Pentacles about what we've manifested, it's that action that makes it a product. So you're thinking, I want it, that's not enough, you know? The action of doing it requires you to do something, and that might be a mess. You might not get your tea, you might not, you know, have any electricity or any water or any milk or a tea bag or loose tea or whatever it is, or a cup, and you might have to go off and make that happen in order to make yourself a cup of tea. It's just an analogy of being able to say to you, look, that's how your suits run, and that's where the background effects are going on in a reading of where somebody is. Are they just thinking about it? In which case, what happens next? And are you being told that by the cards? When you're looking at Pentacles, you're seeing what they have thought, felt, acted on, and produced. So I hope that helps you. There's a nice little tip there, okay? So, this is the beginning of an enterprise that will bring well-being and maybe wealth, okay? You might actually accumulate something. And the Ace of Pentacles is a great card if you're asking a question about the likely success of a new job, investment, or business. It's a positive start to any material and practical matters, not just those directly relating to finance. So don't think this is just money. It's not. It's, I've got a cup of tea, I've got a coat, I've got a home, I've got a car, I've got wheels, I have. It's that, okay? You've manifested it. You've made it happen, okay? So the Ace of Pentacles is indicating any new activity. So it's the beginning. Ace is always the beginning. We're starting. We always start something, you know? You might start your journey in the car, yeah? That's an ace. You haven't arrived yet, okay? You might be starting a new job. You might be starting a new sort of project. You might be starting, you know, a new week, those kind of things. So the ace is where you're at in your journey, and it's indicating new activity or enterprise in practical and financial areas, and it's likely to work out really well, okay? But remember, it's not just about finance. Hi Iris, I'm good, thank you. How are you? Hope you're well. Let's add you to the broadcast. Sorry, my throat's a little dry. The weather's kind of hot. I did a live yesterday and it's been quite a week. So I'm just going to have some of my, I think it's rosehip. Good. I'm not sure with the double dots if I'm pronouncing your name correctly. Iris is perhaps how I would say it, but perhaps that's not how it's said with the double dots. My apologies. It might be Iris. Okay, it's good. Nice. I'm glad that you're telling us you're well. Okay, lovely picture there as well of a little one. Gorgeous. Thank you. Okay. So has anybody got any questions regarding this card, the Pentacles? Oh, I'm saying that, what, Iris? Or Iris? Is it the latter, Iris? Okay. So, the Ace of Pentacles is typically a happy sign in any career, work, or financial reading, as it signals fortune, prosperity, and new opportunities. And if you can see in the background there, we've got that little sort of, it's like an arch that's covered with green foliage and what looks like flowers growing out of it. Okay, it's symbolizing good luck and fortune in ways of having something that works out in a way that is going to manifest itself in very positive ways, very favorable outcomes, okay? Sorry, I'm just seeing some messages there. Rashmi, I'm not doing readings today. I'm afraid that was last night. Fridays, 5 o'clock, is free readings. The weekends is training for people that want to read tarot cards and how to do that with just a little help from me in this very short time that we have together. But it's about training for people that want to develop their skill with the cards. So sorry about that. I won't be answering those questions in this workshop, okay? So Ace of Pentacles, a gorgeous, gorgeous card. Absolutely lovely. When you get that, you know that you are starting to get on your way. You've got a little bit of luck and things are happening and they have manifested, and you've probably got to take action as well to keep it going, because you can't sit back and just go, right, that's me done, I'm okay, because it's only an ace. You have only got the beginning, okay? So I hope that helps. No questions. So let's move to the next one. The Two of Pentacles. So here we see in character, and our figure is juggling two discs, two pentacles, okay? And that represents things that this person has in their life right now, and they are trying to probably keep it all together. And in the background there we can see the sea with huge waves and boats going up and down the sea and the waves. It looks fairly calm, but we can also see that it's going like that, okay, showing flow and bumps and navigating that journey, as it were. And we can see our character is standing still, but they've got one foot on the floor and one foot up. So they're doing a juggling act. And what that's telling us, this person is taking on a couple of things and trying to manage, okay? So it's juggling many things at once, okay? It's keeping on your toes. It's about multitasking and making it look easy, okay? Maybe enjoying a little bit of chaos and taking a little bit of risk while you kind of, balance everything and try and kind of keep it all in the air. And the Two of Pentacles is a card of the juggler, the person who can manage many tasks at once and rather likes to show that off as an ability, okay? It can be juggling finances. It can be robbing Peter to pay Paul. We all know about that one. Struggling with finances, sometimes more than others. And it can represent having two part-time jobs. Or it can represent having a full-time job and a part-time job, would you believe? So it's showing that person is doing a lot, okay? They're walking a tightrope, they're trying to make sure that they keep a balancing act going. It can also represent internal transfers at work. So when people are kind of looking for a career reading, if we kind of get this card coming up, you can see it's either part-time, or we can see that it's an internal transfer. It's not a new job going somewhere else. It's about the fact that this person is going to have an internal transfer, be moved from one place to another, or they are already navigating two different things. I did this for quite some time while I merged from where I was many years ago, and just recently actually, I was working on my previous business while I got this one going, because it takes time for people to know that you're going on your own and you can't take what you had before and you've got to start from scratch. And so I had to do kind of like my day job and promote the tarot this way. It was all tarot, but it was me on my own tarot with Anne-Marie rather than the previous enterprise that I set up back in 1999, where it was full-time reading on a large platform for premium telephone tarot readings and psychics, intuition, mediums, etc. Okay, so sometimes you've got to do both, because you can't leave your post or your day job to start something new, because you're starting from scratch, and what you're going to live on, because people don't know you're there, people don't know you've changed. It's difficult, okay? So, Rashmi, I have answered your question. I'm afraid no readings today. Sorry, this is training, okay? So, sorry about that. I know you're giving me all these details, but it's not about having a reading today. I am just simply teaching the meanings and feelings of some of the cards in a workshop, okay? So, sorry, Rashmi, I do that, but you missed it. It was Friday, okay? So, Friday. So, This is also multiple priorities. So this could be wearing, your hat as a boss, as part of a relationship, or your part in the family, or your part in an organisation. You've got a lot of priorities going on. It's also about time management. Sometimes it's like, well, you might be spreading yourself a little bit too thinly, and you've got to kind of, make sure that you keep everything as tight as it possibly can be, and make sure that you are not overlapping and trying to give too much to one person or one thing that you're doing, and then finding that you are shortchanging someone else and feeling and getting in a flux because you're overwhelmed, okay? It's also about procrastination and adaptability. So it's about being able to adapt to circumstances. If we look at our card, our figure is standing there navigating these two pentacles, and we've got it in the sign, the infinity sign, which is kind of, they are protected. And, that's a good sign of protection when you are doing any psychic work. It's always good to turn around and use that symbol to start at the top of your head, cross over, go underneath your feet, break that figure of 8 almost back up here, and it's a symbol of protection. So it kind of keeps everything pure and makes sure that you are not picking up other energies that may be not what you intended to pick up, shall we say, something that's not harmful to you. So it's a great symbol. But in this case, it's showing that everything's protected and everything is good, and they're getting a little bit of sort of divine or universal help, okay? And their intentions are very pure. But it's also, I would mention, that Two of Pentacles don't want to be doing this too long. Nobody wants to be doing 2 jobs or multitasking in such a way, and in those ways. So it's one of those things where I say to you, you really, really do need to actually make sure that this is only for a short period of time. We can all do it. I did mine for 2 years. Prior to that was 2 years. I seem to go in those cycles. That's me personally, where I'm actually kind of keeping my day job and kind of, moving over. I did it when I changed from being a nanny, and I trained to be a driving instructor. From being a driving instructor, I went into setting up my business in 1999, and I couldn't leave the driving because I was doing the tarot part-time, the weekends and shows whenever I could, and then I started to set up the business, so I had to do all of that. And so I got home, which was 10 o'clock at night, and I hadn't eaten anything, and the 2 days I had off, it's like, how can I do this? What help do I need? Okay, I need somebody to help me run the house a little bit, while I sit in my office on my days that should be days off, where I actually start this business and get it going. And lucky I did, because went on to be incredibly successful, and still is. It's just that I wanted to go in a different direction. I love teaching the tarot. So I wanted to, instead of just only answering calls, I wanted to teach this. And I had to lots of people that kind of came on and worked on the platform that I helped create. But it was, well, we don't need doing that now, so, go off and do some more readings. And it just kept happening, and it's like, no, I want to actually do both, a bit like the Two of Pentacles. So yes, I train people, but I've done it on a platform, a learning management system platform, where you can just go and buy the course and sit and do it at your own pace. Okay, so bear with me. Talking about courses, here we go. Look at this, and I'll be back in a moment. Okay. Hi, so I am back and I have some cards on the table. So for those of you that don't know me, I like to show you exactly what I've been talking about, which is the Ace of Pentacles and the Two of Pentacles. So we went through the PDF, and if you want a copy of that, it's a white version, just write to me at hello@tarotcourses.online. Welcome. Look at these cards. Okay, so I've got loads of decks, and my only reason for showing you these is if you're starting out and wanting to learn the tarot, it's nice to choose a deck that works for you. Now, I would suggest that if you are learning for the first time, it is a very, very good idea to actually go for what we call a Rider-Waite based deck. And the Rider-Waite was shown to you in the PDF that I showed you on the screen. So if you want a copy of what I'm teaching for free, just write to me. It's fine, okay? Happy to share that with you. And yes, you will get exactly what you saw on the screen with me, and that's Pentacles. If you want to go back and learn all of the cards, just let me know, and I will send individual emails back to you with the major cards, then the swords, then the cups, and the wands, and the pentacles. So I can't send them all at once because it's too big a file, okay? But you will be able to see the bullet points, and they are the key bullet points for being able to kind of just get going, the things that matter. Putting it all together is another story, and that's what I teach you on my platform. And yeah, on our workshop, I'll be showing you a little of what I do on the courses, but that's to come in the next few weeks. We've got to continue going through each of the individual cards, which is what I've been doing. So lesson 33, we started off with the major arcana with the Fool, went right through the 22 major cards, went on then into the swords, the 14 cards there, and then on to the cups and the wands, and now we are on the suit of pentacles. So different cards. Now different cards, if you want to know all of the cards, Iris, please do actually write to me at hello@tarotcourses.online, okay? So look, I'll pop you into the broadcast there. Lovely. I'm really pleased that you want that. Hold on, I need to pop you there. You want to know all of the cards, okay? Number one, my first thing I would say to you is, bear with me, I've done what I always do. I moved something, and because it's like a little sort of, streaming system all of my own. And I am on my own doing it, apart from the odd moderator that pops in when they're available. But what happens is I've got all the controls myself. And as I move a comment, something comes up, it's in, which is called preview mode. And then it delays what you see on camera, which I never intended to, but that's the way it goes. Right. If you want to learn all of the cards, my recommendation to you would be, I know you might be in one of my Facebook groups, but it's kind of hard to find loads of videos. Pop yourself onto YouTube. You see Tarot with Anne-Marie. I'm sitting above my logo, yeah, Tarot with Anne-Marie. Go onto YouTube and subscribe and press the bell, and then you can actually join us whenever I come on live so that you don't miss anything. You can join in when you want. But I would say go and look at the playlist of where I've gone through the cards with the meanings, and also do write to me and let me know that you want all, and I will send them to you for free. If you are really serious and want to actually make a massive transformation in your life, go and have a look at my website, tarotcourses.online. There you can actually see how I really go into the cards. And I can take you, the difference is that this course, that I'm offering you, will take you from beginners into intermediate, advanced. Now, intermediate's enough to actually get you into being professional, okay? And, lots and lots of people that I taught the tarot to ended up being, what would I call them? What's the word they used to use? Operators, I suppose, telephone operators that were able to actually be available, okay, to take tarot calls. And so tarot court, so you can work from home, can't you? You know, you can actually be running your own business, and that's the difference. So you see, I loved reading the tarot, but I did not want a little shop, and I did not want to keep doing shows up and down the country, and you know, having a queue of disappointed people that I couldn't reach because, you know, we'd been there setting up since the early hours before the show even started, which was usually 9-10 a.m. So you can bet your bottom dollar we were there at sort of 7 setting up. We'd set off at 5 to get there, and it was like, you know what, it's cost X for my table, and I can't possibly kind of read for all of these people. Somebody's going to be disappointed, lots are going to be disappointed, and everyone said, oh, they'll call you. Well, they wanted it now, and want it next week or the week after, when I'd gone back to my day job and could fit them in, and you know, other people say, oh, you know, they don't mind. They did mind. And so it's like, there's got to be a way around this. So that's why I decided to be able to give live readings directly by telephone. And that's where I started my first company. So that takes time, doesn't it? But there are plenty out there. That was a long time ago, 1999. Now there are lots out there. So if you qualify in being able to kind of know your stuff, and you were then interviewed to be a tarot reader, you know, professionally for one of these platforms, you've got it made, haven't you? And the money is very good if that's what you're worried about. And there's lots out there that you can do research and find out what they're paying, or you can set up your own business and just yourself and sort of offer it on Instagram or Facebook or whatever it is you want to do. But or you can do the shows like I used to. You know, it might be enough for you just starting to get going. And it is a bit like the Two of Pentacles, where you've kind of got to do one thing and do another. But I can help you with that. And the difference is, you see, I'm not just saying, oh, it's what I did. I actually did it, and was able to work with a team of 250 psychics, at one time, and help them navigate the problems that they had. What shall I say? What shall I do? Is this enough? They wanted to know this. I didn't know what to do. I'd only put out 3 cards, all that kind of thing. And it was like, well, how do I keep, answering their questions? And I could help them with all of that, because obviously it's what I do. Iris, if you do the cards and you can't read them properly, okay, I totally understand that. Definitely go onto YouTube. Go back and watch whatever it is, because I do 2 cards, that's in per live, and you can pick the ones you want and you can have a look at that. It's only the basics now, okay? Or go straight on to TarotCards.online, and then you've got the whole course, as in for the major arcana or the minors. I've done them all individually. I've even done the court cards as a separate course, so you can concentrate on just that, okay? It's not too expensive, I promise you it's not, okay? Because I'm aware when people are making a transition from A to B, but I had to cover my time and my costs, because that platform costs a fortune. Even what I do, I had people scamming last night. People probably think, I'm a bit cross about that. Well, first of all, I'm offering you free readings. I'm not trying to, get you to have a reading with me. Of course, if you like me enough, you'll remember me, and when the time comes you want a reading, hopefully you will, okay? Or you recommend me to someone. And I do get conversions, I haven't got thousands of views, but that's not the point. The point is, you can have thousands of views and nobody ever buys a reading from you, okay? I'm not shoving it down your throat. If you don't like what's here, you will move on. If it satisfies you and you need more meat on the bone, and I can't give you that, I'm alive, then you'll come to me for a reading, But the whole point is horses for courses. And I'm trying to be there, knowing what it was like for me, as in wanting a reading all those years back from others, or being the reader, or being the person that was helping people that wanted to make a career out of reading. So, I've got a lot of experience, so I can help you with all of that. And you want to get to know all of the cards, I would say go onto TarotCards.online, go and have a look and see how you go. And the method I teach you is absolutely my own signature method. And what that means is I do it in a very different way. Iris, I suggest you go and have a wee look at last night so you can see me doing snapshot readings for people that came in last night. So you can kind of have a look at, well, see what she's doing, okay? Because I use pairs, and I'm going to go on to sort of show you that a little bit on here, but I will not be able to give you the method. I can only show you some highlights of what I do here so that people can then, if they want to, work with that and then decide if they want to go and learn my courses where you can actually reach professional standard, not just a course of, oh, I want to get better. It's like you want a job and a career out of it, don't you? If you want a job and a career, that is what I'm doing. I'm trying to help you help yourself if that's what you want, because we all need to be able to go there. Okay, right. I can see a few people coming up here. Okay, no, I'm not reading futures, and I don't read futures, I read tarot cards. I can tell you certain things, but I am not doing that at the moment. Fridays at 5. This is training. Okay? Okay, so, Iris, thank you very much. And as I said, you know, the course is not just, oh, I've done this, you know, and I've put it on there so that, you know, we're busy and you can go in and you can learn how to do it, and you can learn how to do it to a standard that would be good enough to be taken on as a professional reader by one of the major companies that are out there, if that's what you want, or to go on your own and feel that you know your stuff. All right, so that's what it's all about, okay? And, you know, when I trained, I did it for 3 years, and it was like 3 hours every week as a minimum in class. But, you know, it was like, even then, I think it was, gosh, I think it was £20 a class. We are going back some years, so it's quite expensive. But it was something that I really wanted. It was only 10 places, so I made sure I was on for those 3 years. Every time the course came to an end, it's like, I'm doing the next one, the next one, the next one. And I had a really good job, a really well-paid job. But something was saying I needed to have a system of some sort to be able to know more about and be with like-minded people and develop what I already had 30 years and years and years ago. But I just thought, well, I knew how difficult it was to actually provide that, you know, everybody being in the same place. And of course, so way back before we had this pandemic, I'd already kind of got people working online and helping them. I did conference call tarot lessons. I did done it in libraries, community centres, mind, body and spirit. Done it as a telephone call. We've done it as a FaceTime and Skype. You name it. But it's not the same as being able to actually provide you with something. So platform that I use at the moment to stream for you all on here. You can see how I've made it look. It looks a bit different, so you can not just seeing me kind of just picking up a card, and I'm really not having to go at anyone that does that, because I have to do it when I'm on Instagram, you know, just doing that and going, there you go, can't see it. You know, I want you to be able to see and take your time. You can see me as well, so you know that I'm not a fake. And you know that who I am, and that you can talk to me, and you can see your comments, and you can see everyone else's comments. So I can't be clearer. I like clarity. I hope that everyone appreciates that, you know, you can see what we're talking about and feel that this is as close as we could get to actually being in the same room together and me showing and presenting everything I can tell you in this short wee time that we have together. So let's jump in and look at these cards. Ace of Pentacles in this deck called Ace of Discs. Very different. It's not Rider-Waite based deck. It is something of a really gorgeous. I love this deck. I love what they've done with it. It's really modern. It spoke to me because of, I'll show you in the box, it's called the Urban Tarot. I loved all of this. This makes a lot of sense to me. This tube map, I've always said that the way I teach tarot, it's like going along a map, and I give you a system, and just one step at a time, and so that you can really get the hang of it. And then you feel confident, and you know your stuff, because you go, right, got that one, got that one, got that one, got that one, got that, I'm off. So I loved that, and I love the actual map. And this is a deck, Robin Scott. Now it's quite pale, not really picking up with so much lighting going on in my studio here. So Robin refers to this as Ace of Discs, which I know you're probably not able to see again due to, can you see if I just, it's the lights, but I need a lot of light, otherwise we look as if we're in the gloom, and I want you to be able to see. So Ace of Discs, there we go. And I read in the little white book that comes with this gorgeous deck that Robin actually modelled her pentacle or disc on the token that was used on the subway. And again, she goes back to the subway. Now you see, that spoke to me, and it might not to you. And some of the cards I kind of go, not sure, okay? In any deck I will go like that, that doesn't, and that's what it's like. So I'm here to show you what I've got, and if it works for you, then maybe you want that deck, and that'd be good for you. But when you're learning, try and go for a Waite Deck. Why? The symbology is there. You're not getting that hand of God coming in this one, are you? Or this one, or this one, or this one. Do you see? So I'm just trying to show you it's lovely, but will you be able to remember, some of we all need, we can't just go off in our intuition, because you will do 2 minutes and the person will go, got 18 minutes to go at least. What else are you going to tell me? And so if you want to be professional, you've got to be able to know how to put it all together. And that's what I do. And that's why I'm saying to you, it starts with the deck. And having lovely decks doesn't always bring about the fact that you are able to work with them. I've got lovely decks. If I'm tired, I'll go for a Waite Deck. Why? I know that automatically I'll connect with it. If it's something more complicated and I'm kind of feeling tired and I've gone into second wind, it's like, this will bring me alive, So it's also to do with the person you're reading for, what you're picking up on them. So choosing a deck is important. Okay, I've put this one up here for you. Goodness me. This goes back to 2006. This is a deck, a physical deck that I created, okay, with the help of an artist and a graphic designer. When I was setting up that company that I told you about, I needed to make sure that I had my own images. Sorry, Ashu, no readings today. This is training. Okay, sorry about that. If you want a reading, as in, and you're talking about having a reading on the lives, sorry, Fridays 5 o'clock. But if anyone wants a reading, of course, you can jump onto my website, tarotandmarie.com, or tarotcourses.online, where you can find me if you want to actually book a reading. Sorry, I sometimes always just say it's not on this platform. Sometimes people can actually be asking to buy a reading. I don't know. Sorry, so I've covered all bases there. Right, so mine's very simple. Okay, why? I wanted the graphics to look good on camera and on a website. It has to stand out. So I needed it to be uncluttered. It wasn't really my intention to make a physical deck. I was using the images for my website. And I had a printer say to me, mad, come on, let's do it together. I'll give you a really good price. And they really, really, really did. Thank you, Angie and John. But my, let me just say that it took a long time to put all the images together for that deck, and we had to go. So I could only do what we call a pip deck, which is what I'm going to show you today. So I didn't really sell this deck at all because it's a pip deck and it doesn't have the meat on the bone that I want. I explained to you, I didn't just do it to sell it as a deck. I did it for my graphics on the website. So a pip deck means that as you change the card, it's the same when it's the suit. So you've got 1 to 10, all looking the same. Not really helpful to a reader, but I did tell you the major cards and the court cards are all different, but pip decks are really hard. Okay, so I just want to explain that to you, that if you go and get, 10 of swords and you're seeing 10 of swords, and or you've got, sometimes they do it as in there'd be 10 discs, you're just seeing 10, but you're not seeing a story or something that helps you connect. Okay, that's fine for some. As I say, if somebody's wanting an hour's reading, you really got to be able to deliver your stuff if you're going to be a professional reader and people want to pay you. And we weren't cheap. We were kind of top end, and we provided for 3 different levels. Whether somebody wanted to pay this price, or this price, because what you are paying for is not just that time in a reading, you are paying for that person's expertise and how they can fix things for you like that. Not just the time you've got with that person. Never forget that. Yeah, I suppose it is both, but do bear that in mind. It's how much experience and can they help you. It's always good to know what that person wants. Don't just kind of feel, okay, I'll just do a magic party trick and tell you what I see. You're entitled to actually say, what do you want to know? How can I help? Okay, we've only got a short time together. Tell me what you want. Okay, so, sorry, I'll take that off the screen. Okay, right. Sorry, it's been so hot this week, and I do wear a hat when I'm out and about because it burns your scalp, but still, in the short time I've been out for dinner the other night, I wasn't wearing a hat. I think I've burnt my scalp, as in the sun is so strong at the moment. Okay, so underneath that, just wanted to show you. Okay, so that was my design there in 2006, and I called it the Lifestyle Deck. I don't have the box. It's as I said, I didn't really do much with it. I just used it for my website in a big way, and there's a whole bunch of doing a deck of cards and trying to sell them back then was really difficult, and especially when, as I said, I knew how awkward it was just not having 10 individuals, sort of 1 to 10 images for all of the 4 suits. So it would have been a delay of an artist and a graphic designer and the printer, kind of coming up with another 40 images, and it was costly, to actually pay the artist. So yeah, I didn't really have a need for it. I wanted it online, so there you go. This one, Ace of Pentacles, there's the clouds. We haven't got the hand like we have. We've kind of got hands here, but not in the same way. This is more of a statue, sort of holding a disc, and saying, I'm starting something that I've created. I've got it going, and here we are. We're stepping into this. This is good. This is excellent. This one's got flowers, and I love this deck because it's for little hands. Okay, you see. As opposed to trying to shuffle, and I can, of course. But you see what I mean? I kind of really enjoy having what I would say is the traditional sort of size tarot cards. Okay, so this one is Hanson Roberts deck. Okay, lovely deck. Okay, but different. So I'm there to, why have I got them? Because I love them and I can read with them. When you're starting out and you're wondering why things may not be working out, maybe it's the deck. Maybe you need more meat on the bone. Maybe you need to be able to answer difficult questions and not shy away from it, but learn what you need to learn and use a system and a strategy. And that's what my courses do. It's not just it's our intuition. You can use your intuition as well, and that would be brilliant. We've all got psychic ability and intuition. It's just that I know what it's like to feel that something's coming at you and then it stops. And you want to cringe and just kind of crawl away and go, gosh, comes so strongly and lets me down. Yeah, And you see a person that wants an answer is desperate, and that puts you and them in an uncomfortable situation. Well, this is where tarot calls the dotted line will change all of that for you. Promise, 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 promise. Not just because I've done it. I've done it, gosh, 1999. Where are we now? Years. Long time. Okay, right. Next, Ace of Pentacles. This comes from Wizard's Tarot by Corinne Kenner. Beautiful, beautiful. Now, quite similar look. There's the arch that was in the PDF that I was showing you. More of a winter view. Okay, so again, the colours can make you feel, gosh, when you saw the other one, it was vibrant, it was lush, it was green, it would speak to you of, fertility and growth. This one kind of looks like one evergreen, and, it looks wintry and it feels colder. It's got that silver metal feel, and we've also got the symbology going on here of the glyphs for the earth signs. Okay, so lots of wonderful things going on there. Okay, so you've got so many bits and pieces that come up in here symbolically in a different way. Even the astrological glyphs for the earth signs, okay, which is really clever. The colours different, but a Waite deck will have all the symbology of everything you need. So you might say, why have you got these? Because once you've got it, you can explore, and it's not about giving anything up. It's about saying, well, it's however, you want to do it, isn't it? However the mood takes you, okay? This one, I've not shown you this one before. This, I'm sorry, I don't have the box. It's years old, and you can kind of see it's kind of well worn. It's the fantastic Menagerie tarot, and I have a lot of decks by these people at Magic Realist Press, Baba Bragg. It's fabulous. So here we have, animals represented here with little sort of stories in the cards. Love it. And, the artists, Karen Mahoney and Alex Ukolov, who work together, I've got the Romantic Tarot deck, I've got the Bohemian Cats Tarot deck, I've got also, I just love what they do. I'm not particularly into cats. If anyone that knows me knows I'm dogs, and they don't really mix, because the kind of dogs I've got, they just chase cats, and that's just not fair on anyone, including a cat, of course. So, I love animals. So this and the stories behind them, beautiful, beautiful images. These artists work beautifully with the tarot, and they manage to kind of come up with something original and different that speaks to me in so many different ways. Absolutely glorious as tarot decks. And they come with a book, and they come with a beautiful sort of box. It's just that this particular one I used, and I remember, unfortunately, in my office, we had a leak in the winter, the radiator, and it destroyed the box. So I don't have the box. So I rescued it and put it in, tarot back. Somebody from Instagram had a reading with me and sent me that. She embroidered my name on it. So sweet. Such a kind thing to do, and I do actually appreciate that. So my very, very warm thanks for that. That's quite some time ago. So it's what you keep your cards in. We're all a bit fussy. We've all got our quirks and our ways of actually protecting the things we love and care about, haven't we? I store mine as in on the shelves. I've got them in plastic boxes. I've got them in the office downstairs. This is my studio. I've moved them from my office into the studio because of needing them here for camera. And I try and keep them pristine. I always have, but particularly so because I'm showing you guys. But yeah, some of them are very well worn. And this is kind of just gorgeous, lovely symbology going on, but not quite the same as what we saw in the PDF. Do you see? You might get stuck, I'm not saying you will, you might see something more. But if you are starting out, it can be tough. And that's why I'm showing you. Go and get yourself what you want, but perhaps have a Rider-Waite deck to actually work with when you are with a client, and then, you know, get a bit brave and go, I'm going to swap decks. I do that all the time. So I'm going to get another deck, you know. Let's just shuffle again, okay? So, there's the Two of Pentacles. And I showed you mine. It's exactly the same, isn't it? Yeah. Okay. And I had to keep it really simple on. We just put some foliage on to actually represent the element of earth. Okay, so two of, she called it discs, I believe, didn't she, Robin? That's what she called it. Let me just check. Yeah, she did. She called it discs. So she's got her two discs there. But this is, she's saying that for her, Two of Pentacles, the Two of Discs represents change. True, okay? Because, you know, when you are in a position of juggling things, you are going through change. And I explained that when you are juggling two things, you can't do it forever. You've got to kind of choose one and make that change and that shift, okay? This one does it really well. We've got the water there, the bumpy sort of emotions and navigation of life, the ship, you know, suggesting we're on a journey. Water represents emotions, the fact that the water's choppy or bumpy or bubbly or, you know, foamy. Again, you get a lot of symbology there. Gorgeous deck. And it really is kind of Rider-Waite based, with my love of what I would say is fairy stories, okay? And the Two of Pentacles from the Wizard's Tarot. Sorry, I should have said that's Hanson Roberts again, just to remind you. And that's the Urban again. Okay, it's been a while since we were on it. I will list it in the description. I didn't last week, unfortunately. I've rescued dogs like nothing on earth. No readings today. Thank you for subscribing. Fridays at 5 is readings. Kashika Khan. Can you see that I'm getting all these? Yeah, you know. SK wanted to ask a question, but I don't know if it was about learning or whether it was about having a reading. No readings today. This is tuition. Sorry. Okay, so we got to here. Okay. So this is Corinne Kenner's Wizard's Tarot. And again, sort of a wintry scene, but almost, you know, you're seeing weather there, as in, sorry, I'm putting my hand over it, I'm so busy enjoying the card myself. You can see the weather's there, but again, you know, different colour of the pentacles can speak to you in different ways. You know, metal can be when it's warm, yeah, and it's cool. There's cool colours, warm colours. It changes what you feel, what you're intuitive with, speaks to you in different ways. And you can deal with all of that. As I say, you know, it can be hard to just go with that and go, gosh, said what I think, now what? Another 20 minutes, this person's paid me, what shall I do? Gosh, I don't know what to do. And then you feel awful, and they feel awful, and oh, you know. So that's why I know how to, and the longest call I ever did, look, I'm just telling you, sometimes people grab a hold of you, and because they used to have to queue for hours to kind of get me, and I'm really, really, you know, if you create something, you deliver, and da-da-da-da, yeah, it was a case of they had to wait, and quite often, so many long calls are in a queue, and unfortunately, I had to stop. And they were kind of like, right, okay, you know, you've paid, you'll get your reading tomorrow, this time, you know, immediately, or they were refunded their money, you know, because I just couldn't physically do it. The longest call I ever had was just under 6 hours. In fact, I think there was one 6.5 hours. You know, even just this week, I've had a 4-hour, 20-minute call. Why? Sometimes people have got so much going on, and they need to look at every aspect of their life. And you might go, what? It's not a chit chat. It's look at this, look at this, look at this, look at this, look at this. It can be moving, it can be relationships, as in the family, as in with the home, as in what's happened, as in some, stuff that they've got to navigate that's difficult with career, looking at one aspect of one company or one career or a shift or their own business. Oh gosh, and so much, and it's like, right, I've got you, so here we go, and let's do it. So that's why sometimes people will actually, because I can give them the answers to that. What I won't do is health, and I won't do legal. And no, you cannot do that, because it's just wrong. You can look at somebody's well-being. I'm really ill. Will I get better? You can kind of say, well, you'll be feeling better soon. I don't know if you'll get better. You'll be feeling better. You look at your well-being mentally. How will you be thinking? How will you be feeling? Physically. We're not doctors. We're not lawyers. We're not business advisors. And don't be frightened to say, here's your money back. I can't. Sorry. No. Okay? So, you've got to be an authority in what you're doing and not get yourself into, gosh, they were really sort of pushing me to sort of do it, and I've done it against my better judgment. No, you are your own authority. You can do what you want to do. Okay? Oh, Sunny Girl, happy Saturday. Oh, thank you. Oh, what a great title. Name. Thank you very much indeed. Thank you. You're very welcome. Great to have you all along. I know there's a bit of confusion. You think I'm doing readings. I do that on Fridays. So it's not that I don't. It's just that I also help people that want to actually learn the tarot at the weekends. So, it's that. All right. So, this is a beautiful, beautiful deck. But will you get everything from that? If the answer is yes, jump in and go for it. If you just like it and want to aspire to read it, like perhaps, I can't remember, I've had it so long. Was it one of those, I can't honestly answer you? Probably not. I probably went, oof, it's gorgeous. Probably those glyphs kind of did it for me, and the fairy tale images going on. And it's very atmospheric. So there's a lot of symbology in that for me, but in a very different way. Okay, this one, just so quirky, so fabulous, walking the tightrope. Remember that being said? Yeah, balancing out, trying to keep everything together, and a few people around kind of watching you do it. So, my lovelies, thank you so very much for watching. I do hope that you enjoy seeing the decks, learning about it. Write to me for your free version. Go and have a look at my website, tarotcourses.online, where you can actually see what the courses are about, how much they are, etc., etc. I am going to actually show you a little snippet of my website here, and then I'll be playing you out. So let me say, have a wonderful weekend, everybody. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for all of your support and your questions. I know there's always confusion, and it feels like I'm going, I can't read for you today. Seriously, I can't. I try to provide one day for reading, one day for training. It's my giving something back, and it's also a chance for you to be able to find what I do, in case it speaks to you or helps you or fixes something in your life in the way that I hope it might. So that's why I do it. And then you'll know where to find me, don't you? Okay, so let's jump in and have a look at my website and what this Pentacle course looks like. And I'll see you next week on Friday at 5 for free readings, and Saturday or Sunday, depending on how busy it is, we'll be back doing 3 and the 4 of Pentacles. Until then, take care of yourself, stay safe, and do take care of each other. Bye for now. Welcome to the Pentacle family, the Minor Arcana, the Suit of Pentacles, the Earth family. Here you can enroll into my comprehensive video course with me, where I will teach you everything you need to know about the Suit of Pentacles. Now, deep down, most people will probably own a deck of cards and really don't know how to read them. And that's sad if you're an aspiring tarot reader and you want to know so much more. Here's a course where you can learn at your own pace and start the lessons whenever you desire. By going on to the system, you're able to follow the strategy of how this unique course allows you to learn the symbology of the Rider-Waite-based decks and what the element of Earth really means. Pentacles answer the questions about finances, comfort, industry, and productivity. Earth is tactile and tangible and deals with the ability to manifest your goals. It represents the resources that we need to build our lives and ambitions and creates the foundations, which is stable, supportive, and fertile. The sensory existence and the seeking of pleasurable and sometimes indulgent experiences. You will also learn the negative aspect of the suit of Pentacles, including being possessive, greedy, and overly materialistic. You will learn about overindulging and not managing one's finances to the detriment of other life priorities. Here's a little bit about me. My name is Anne-Marie. I'm your instructor, taking you through the minor arcana, the Pentacles. So why not enroll now and learn as much as you can about the Earth family, the suit of Pentacles. Here's a course where you can learn my unique system and fast.